Let us now come to the crux of technical analysis, the most important thing, supports and resistances. To open a chart of any company, just type in the name of the company, Maruti Suzuki, click on NSE and click enter. This is the weekly chart of Maruti Suzuki. You can see on the top left side of the screen, Maruti, W refers to the time frame, that is the weekly. Now I want to shift the time frame from weekly to the daily chart. So what I do is I press the comma key, I press it, and then I type D for daily, W for weekly, M for monthly, 60 for hourly, 15 for 15 minutes, and so on. As of now, I want to open the daily chart, so I press D and hit enter. Now let us see what are actually the supports and resistances. Supports and resistances are the areas in the chart where the price has given some sort of reaction in the past. These areas present great trade opportunities for a trader. Now just watch the screen as I draw some of the lines. To draw a horizontal line, simply press Alt plus H. It is the daily chart, so I will change the color of the line to orange. This thing about lines I will be explaining in the later part. Why did I choose orange line for the daily chart? Now, support is an area on the chart where the sellers are losing their control and the buyers are overpowering them with great force. In short, we see a good demand coming in at the support levels. This line, horizontal line, represents an area of support. Do not take it as a rigid line. This line represents an area. It can be here, it can be here. Do not ever take this line as a rigid line. It is always better to draw a rectangle. Let me draw this in, or a parallel. Let me draw a rectangle right now. Yes. So the area represented by this rectangle is the area of support where the sellers are losing control and the buyers are taking over the sellers. As and when the price hits this area, the price bounces. Again the price hits this area, the price bounces up. Price hits this area, the price bounces, hits and reverses. And finally, this area of support is broken because supports and resistances are not such lines which can never be broken. If that were so, then trading would be very easy. Supports and resistances will be broken again and again, but these areas are the areas of movements, are the areas of significance where we would like to examine the situation and take our trade entry. Now let us understand resistances. Let me draw another rectangle. It is the daily chart, so I would like to change the color to orange, which would be nice for the daily chart. So this area represents the area of resistance. It means the price is finding it tough to cross this level. When the price hits this level, the sellers are getting under control and the buyers are losing their control, so the price is coming down. Again the price hits this area and bounces down. Again the price hits this area, crosses a bit and comes down. As I told you, these are areas and not rigid lines. You can see at this point the price broke above this area by a little margin and then fell back down. Again price went up, came near this area and went down. We are now on the Punjab National Bank daily chart. You can see on the top left corner of the screen. Let us draw support and resistance. The most obvious level here, the lowest point, we can draw support. This point is again a good support. There are 3 rejections at this area, 1, number 2 and number 3. The highest point, this is a resistance. Once again, this is a good resistance with 2 rejections, the first rejection being here and the second rejection here. Now this is IDFC First Bank weekly chart. Let us draw support first. You can see this area below which the price could not go. I draw line. Since this is a weekly chart, I'll draw blue line. Again, there is this area below which the price could not sustain. Let me draw a rectangle here. I'll change the color to blue. So there were 3 rejections. Number 1 at this point, number 2 you can see this rejection here, and number 3 this. So this is a strong support. Let us find resistance. This is the swing high, the highest point visible. This is a good level of resistance. Again we see a good area here. Let us draw a rectangle from this toolbar. So again this area is pretty nice. There are 3 rejections of this resistance, number 1, number 2 here, and number 3. There is a minor rejection here also, but not quite a good rejection because the price did not actually enter the area. But this rejection is pretty good. Now I want to show you something interesting. So this is the resistance which we drew some time back. Let us see how this resistance which we drew just now had behaved in the past. Let us move back into the time. Let us zoom out the chart. Wow, the resistance, let me adjust this resistance a little bit, or let me delete this line and let me replace this with the rectangle because this represents an area, right? Yes. So this area is a pretty strong area. Back in 2016, this area acted as resistance once, twice. Then this area was broken with this big green candle. Then this area turned into a support. You can see it acted as support here. Then price bounced up. Then again it acted as support. Price went up. The third time it acted as a minor support, and then finally the price broke below the support, and that support acted as resistance at this point. Now time for some homework. After watching this video, I want you to open up tradingview.com, open up the charts and type in the name of any chart. Let's say Canara Bank. Click on NSE and hit enter. On the top left, you will see the name of the company. The next, you will see the symbol which represents the time frame which you are seeing. W stands for the weekly time frame. What it means is that each candle here represents 1 week. If you want to change the time frame, what you need to do is, what you need to do is just press comma and then type D for daily and hit enter. So this is the daily chart. In the daily time frame, each candle will represent one day. For the sake of example, we will see the weekly chart, again comma and then I'll press W and hit enter. So this is the weekly chart. Now I want you to identify supports here. Clearly, you would be able to spot an area where the sellers are struggling, and the buyers are coming in with huge demand. There are certain areas in this chart where you can see that the price is finding it very tough to break below these areas. Let me spot this. So this is a nice area. What I will do is I will draw a horizontal line. To draw a horizontal line, the shortcut key is Alt plus H. So this line represents the line of support. Now I can see one more area of support. Can you look at these points, this area, this area, again this area and this area. So this represents a good level of support. There are probably 5 rejections here. So again you would like to draw a line here, Alt plus H. Now you see that the line is not clearly depicting this area because these areas are not quite as precise as the previous line which we drew. So what I will do is I will click on this line and press delete. So this line will be deleted. It will be better if we identify this area with a rectangle. So let us select rectangle from the favorites toolbar and then I'll draw this area of support. So now this line is clearly depicting this area where the sellers are losing control and there is a huge demand coming in from the buyers. The price is hitting this area, reversing, hitting, reversing, hitting, reversing, and the same way 2 more times. So this is a pretty strong area of support. Now let us identify resistances. Now can you spot some areas on the chart above which the price is struggling to go? Yes, so clearly there is this area. We draw a horizontal line, Alt H. The price is struggling to go above this area. Whenever the price is reaching this area, the buyers are losing their power and the sellers are coming in with huge supply and the price keeps falling down from this area. Now one interesting thing which I would like all of you to note. This line of resistance which we just drew has some pretty good significance in the past. As you can see at this point, it acted as a support. Currently, it is acting as a resistance, but previously it acted as a support on October. So what I will do is I will delete this line once again and I would like to draw a rectangle instead of this line because this represents an area. Let me take this chart a little back. Now let me select the rectangle tool. Now let us identify this area. Yes, so this is the perfect area of resistance right now. If you look at the past, it had acted as a resistance. The first time it acted as a minor resistance here, then it acted as a support here, and then again the price is struggling to go past this area, go above this area, and now it is acting as a resistance. So this area is again a pretty strong area on Canara Bank weekly chart. As of now, I want you to open up at least 20 charts, select any time frame, be it weekly or daily, and start identifying and drawing supports and resistances. Remember to use blue color for the weekly chart and orange color for the daily chart. If you are able to identify a precise level, make use of the horizontal line using Alt plus H. If you are not able to identify a precise level and if the market is showing an area, then make use of the rectangle tool, which is there in the favorites drawing toolbar which we created in the earlier videos. If you are a beginner, I am pretty sure you will face many problems while drawing supports and resistances, but it's okay. Everyone is a beginner in the beginning. It is important to practice. When I started off, I practiced with hundreds of charts. I had drawn resistances and supports in hundreds of charts, and then I was able to spot these areas very easily within just 15-20 days. In some charts, you will not be even able to draw supports and resistances, but it's okay. Switch the time period, go left and select a different time period, a different time horizon, or change the company, whatever be it, but at least practice on 20 charts. Once you are done practicing, then watch my next video where we will polish our skills in drawing supports and resistances. But do practice, please practice. It is the only way to succeed in the markets. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.